Hello everyone, welcome back to a new class which will be on how to attach facing to your blouse. So all I did is to get my fabric, the facing for the front. I placed it on the front fabric. So this is it. I already marked out half an inch seam allowance which I will be using to sew it up. So I'm going to go to the sewing machine and just sew in half an inch. And now the back, I also placed the facing of the back on the fabric. So here I want to have a loop somewhere here with a button. So all I did is also place it, mark the point. So I marked 4.5 inches and then connect it to half an inch of both sides here. Then I'm going to start sewing all the way through here, back here, up and then down. So all I did now is to get a strip of fabric, then just fold it up this way. So first I can use my sewing machine to tack it all down to make it just stay in a place. Then I will have to lift up this part and place it at half an inch below and then place it here, okay, half an inch below, matching up the center line. Then close it all back. Then I'll pin it down and then sew in the half an inch all through. I have sewn it all round and then I have clipped it up. I've notched it. As you can see, whenever I have a curved part, I always like to notch this way, but you can also clip it if you want. So having done that, you can see how neat it's just going to go easily on the other side. You could top stitch. What do I mean by top stitching? Bringing all the seam allowance towards the facing and then you sew in 1/8 of an inch. But I'm going to leave it because I'm going to use hemming glue to iron into the main fabric. Now going to the back. This is what the back looks like. Remember we have the loop here. Okay, this was going to look like. So now I can slit it up right in the center. I'm working with a Duchess satin fabric, so it's kind of moving around there. So this is what we have. Then don't forget to either clip or notch this part. Okay, so once you are done with that, you have it all neat on the inside. So this is what it looks like. We bring this out and then you have it to be something like this. So look at what happened here. So that means I did not notch the V area very well. So if you don't notch it very well, this is what you are going to have. So I'm just going to turn it well. So I still need to cut through for it to relax. Don't cut through your seam, please. So then it relaxes. Can you see how easily it went through? So I'm just going to give it a good press. I've given it a good press. This is what it looks like. So on the right side, I have it this way. So you can see what it looks like. Then the back. On the right side is as neat as this. So I'm now going to make sure right side are facing each other. Now, how do we finish it? I'm just going to lift it up, right side facing each other, bring out the facing, match it up this way. The most important part that has to match is this neck region seam allowance. So once this seam matches, you can see this also matches. You are now going to start sewing half an inch from this point straight down to the end of the shoulder. Then I'll come to this part, bring out the facing again, bring it out, match it up at this seam, which is very, very important. Then half an inch starting from the facing straight to the end of the shoulder. Now the facing is all ready and you can see how it all looks. So showing you what I did. Remember I told you, you sew in from here straight down. So after that, you flip it over. The same thing I did here. Okay, so what you're now going to do now is this. Make sure your seams are open. This also open. Match it up at the shoulder. And then you can just use your needle and thread to tack it down. Or you use your sewing machine to just tack it down. Make sure it is on this seam. Okay, because we don't want it showing. So just about 2 stitches So you back stitch and that is all. Then you secure at this other part, and then by the time you now iron it, it looks just beautiful. Looks like, so you can see how neat the facing is. So what I usually do is to just put in hemming glue inside just to stick it down, and also the back, it's also neat. So if this tutorial has been helpful, please share, like. Bye guys.